back to What Are We Doing?
This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
This.
We're doing.
What we're doing. So, fun fact, Emily and I have recorded an entire episode of this, and I am learning how to record via Zoom. So if the sound is horrifying, it's because we're recording via Zoom, and I don't have a microphone. So, we had a great episode. Yeah, exactly. We have a great episode, and we're going to jump right back into the very beginning of the episode. So, since we clearly are not in the same room, we want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So fun fact, we're not in Ireland anymore, if you couldn't tell. I am back home at my childhood home. This is my childhood bedroom, and Tasha's still at school, because she's a smarty pants and is getting her master's degree. So she's staying there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lame and decided to leave. So, so we're not in Ireland anymore, but we still talk every single day because, obviously.
Yeah.
And literally because we spent the last year with each other, like, every second of every day. So, we decided to reignite our channel and create a little podcast. So, welcome to the first edition of the What Are We Doing podcast.
Yeah, so since we can't look at each other through the doorway anymore, we're gonna talk about our weeks since we don't live together. So, we have little podcast notes. So if you see me looking over there, I'm looking at podcast notes. When we were planning this, said that we will be kicking ass and taking names. So
that's fun.
That's exactly what we're doing. So today we're gonna do a little recap of everything that's happened since we've been on the internet via YouTube, and we're going to play a fun podcast game to pass the time and to hang out as long as possible. So
exactly. We don't have sponsors yet, so
I know. Yeah.
Enjoy your ad-free podcast.
Ad-free podcast. We finished up in Ireland, and we're very happy to be home.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. It was a good time.
Yeah.
In some aspects, we came out of it different people.
We're alive.
We're alive, and we're here. And, yeah. So, we're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. We loved Ireland, the country. Beautiful place. Mm-hmm. Loved it. But we're very happy to be home, and when we came home, we had like 5 days off, and then we went back to school, and we did our last semester together. So
yeah, it was the longest 5 days of our life because, as I said earlier, like, okay, Tasha and I, we met freshman year of college, and then sophomore year of college, we moved in together in campus apartment, but then we went on internship after our first semester, and then junior year, we had a whole year together, so from September or August New Year, which was 2022.
Yeah.
To literally December, we were with each other every single day except for Christmas and those 5 days between August and between Ireland and going back to school. So.
Yeah, so August 2022 to December 2023. We were together, living together, doing everything together.
Mm-hmm. So it was. This is hard.
This is really hard. So, really, this podcast is for us because I don't know who's gonna watch. Probably Jill. If you're here, Jill, you're subscribed. And maybe Emily Craig because they're awesome. I did name drop last name, so I'll bleep that part out. It'll be fine. So our last semester together, we also did our last segment of the labs. So Em and I have done labs together since freshman year. We had like a semester where we did different labs, but other than that, we've been together for the long haul.
Yeah. Partners, roommates. Everyone said it was a dangerous combination, but
here we are. So the two labs we did a chocolate sugar artistry lab was our first one, which is terrifying. Just saying. Means we sculpted out of sugar, malted sugar, and chocolate.
It was lots of burns. Lots of burns.
I glove on fire.
Yeah, I caught so many gloves on fire.
While they're on, by the way, not like just next to it. No, they're on.
I had fire like on my fingers at one point. Are you gonna answer pictures?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Here are some pictures of our finished products from that lab. It was a great time. Yeah.
The first one, so if I did put pictures in, you can see that the first one's sugar, and it's like aquatic themed, ocean themed. And we based that one off of chef's directions. So we had like requirements we had to do for that. And then for the chocolate one, Emily and I have different sculptures because we have different themes. Because we got to pick our own theme. I don't even know what my theme is. It's like butterfly, maybe.
Yeah. Mine is space.
Yeah.
It was not very safe.
That's okay. It only had to last a little bit.
Yeah, I only had to last enough to integrate it, so it was fine. And then after that lab, we did our very last lab together, our final lab, which was buffet. Basically, we got to create like all of our own desserts and do our oral like presentation, and it was literally some of the most stressful days of my life, of our lives.
Yes.
Pressure was high, but it was great. It was a fantastic time. We had the best lab like group we've ever had in this class. Shout out, love you guys. But yeah, it was very sad. It was bittersweet because it's like you're so happy it's over, but it's also like, oh, we're in the real world now. So
yeah,
when we do this, it's gonna be like you're a chef.
Yeah.
But it was very fun, and yeah, and then I graduated, and I'm back home.
Mm-hmm. So when Em and I moved out in December, we went on Christmas break, but Em just didn't come back because she's finished, because she's a smarty pants and finished a whole semester early. So when we moved out of our apartment that was on campus, I moved to an off-campus apartment with our old roommate, Lizzie. So in our previous recording of this podcast, she made a little star appearance, but now it's like midnight. So she's sleeping.
But we decided that Lizzie is gonna have, if she wants to, she'll be a special guest.
Yeah, she'll have some segments, and she agreed to do an entire podcast with us. So Lizzie, we've known Lizzie since freshman year of college too, and she lived with us until junior year. But our last semester with just me and Em was because she was in Italy, so she's pretty cool. This semester I'm writing my senior thesis, and it's actually due in like 3 weeks. So tears.
It's gonna be fantastic, and we'll be a published author. So that's a slay, and yeah, we should all read her thesis when she's done.
Yeah, it's about plastic pollution. It's not anything to do with my major, but it's a passion project. So yeah,
it's so fun.
Do you want to talk about your visit?
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, it was about a month ago now, because tomorrow's April. Today's April. Oh no, not yet. It's not midnight yet. But I went up to Providence. I took the train, and I spent a whole week with Tasha.
In this bed.
Right here. You want to talk about our our sleeping arrangement?
I will get the pillow. You can tell the story while I grab the pillow.
So, yes, Tasha and I shared her bed when I was there. Because, where else was I going to sleep? And Tasha introduced the idea of a pillow to put between us, so that she didn't cuddle me in the middle of the night. Because normally when someone's sleeping in the bed with her, it's not me. So
no, it's usually George.
So we had a little pillow to keep off any, but we would wake up and Tasha would be like holding the edge of my actual pillow like this, which was really funny. So it was sweet, but we had a great time. We ate lots of really good food.
Yeah.
That was basically the whole point of the trip. She was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to eat at all these places."
All the Providence places.
Yeah, because home doesn't have Haven Bros, and Haven Bros is a go-to when you're in Providence.
Yep. Pretty much.
So we did that. We did sushi. We did.
It's working.
It's working.
Yeah. I'll let you know if it stops.
Okay. We are still figuring out this podcast thing out.
Yeah.
So excuse if there's multiple cuts. Anyway. So when I went to go visit Tasha, we did Haven Bros. We did sushi. This really good cheesecake from Capitol Grill. That'll let you tell them about.
Yeah, so it's like so Capitol Grill is like a chain restaurant, but it's fine because it's delicious, and it's like, the food's really expensive, so like, George and I went for Valentine's Day, and then we discovered that the cheesecake is like the bee's knees, okay? So it's like a round cheesecake, and it comes with this like strawberry sauce, and it's got creme brulee on the top. Oh my god. If you haven't had the cheesecake from Capitol Grill in Providence, you have to. It's like $11 or $12, and you can pick it up. You don't even have to sit. Oh my god, yum.
It was delicious. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we had a great time. It was really nice just to like chill out and be in Providence again. So, and I'll be there in a few weeks for the graduation ceremony. So,
I just redid the calendars in the apartment today, and I can put grad on it. It's so scary.
That's so scary. That's literally like a month from now.
Stop.
Scary. Anyway, so in the spirit of graduating, do we want to talk about our post-grad plans?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. So I recently got a new job, which is very exciting. I just started this week, but it's been good so far. Some little bumps in the road, but we'll figure them out. And I'll update you guys more as it goes along. But so basically, I'm a pastry cook at a restaurant or a hotel restaurant situation in Baltimore. We are doing afternoon tea at this hotel, which, if you don't know, we also did that in Ireland. However, an Irish version is much different than the American version, to put it plainly. And it's been good so far. I have been plating desserts and baking off bread and doing everything that I love. So yeah, it's been good.
You can say it. Em's been doing service by herself, and she just started last week. That's so cool.
Only the past 2 nights, because I told her this earlier, but it's a funny story. I was with my chef the other night, and we were like doing service together, and then we look over at Dish Pit, stacked up, full. Like, there is no person at Dish Pit. There is no one running the dishes through, which is a problem when you need plates for service.
Yep.
Problem when there's like just mess over there. So my chef looks at me, she's like, I'm gonna go do dishes, you can run service, let me know if you need anything. The dish person literally walked out for like 3 hours and then came back. So I don't know where he went, I don't know what happened, but just that's what working in the industry is like. So
but Em got the cool opportunity to run the pastry line. So
yeah. So that was fun. I'm still learning everything, and learning to communicate with all the other chefs, but it's been a good time. So it's exciting. And Tasha has similar news.
So I applied for a job about, I would say, almost 2 weeks ago, but she did say that she would get back to me after Easter because she is a solo pastry chef, which means I would be the assistant to the executive pastry chef, which is basically just saying sous chef, but
we won't say that.
We won't say that. Put that on the resume, though. It's at a country club, so it's like hotel style-ish. They have a max 300 cover usually, but I'll keep you guys updated on if I get the job or not. But she's J. Will alum, so she knows what's up. Yeah. Do you want to tell your story about your car?
Yes, I will tell my story about my car. So fun fact, I got pulled over for the very first time last week. So fun. Would not recommend it. And so, if you've ever been in a car with me before, you know I'm a very cautious, very slow driver. I always go the speed limit. I literally like I'm too scared.
You're safe. You're safe. That's all that
I'm a
matters.
safe driver, okay? I've gotten one speeding ticket in my entire life, and I was going 40 miles an hour. So, um, but I got pulled over because my registration tags on the back of my car were out of date, which I was like, that's weird. I don't know anything about that because what the fuck are those? My dad takes care of all of that for me. So, shout out, Dad.
Just a girl. You're just a girl.
Girl. So my dad, was like, yeah, that's weird. Don't know what happened to it. The police officer was like, yeah, don't drive because you're just gonna get pulled over again until you get this figured out. I'm like, okay, great. So basically, turns out the MVA or DMV has no record of my car in their system. They're just like, oh yeah, it doesn't exist. My dad's like, well, that's not true, like at all. And so through some sort of clerical error, they said, they had the impression that I had turned my plates in, that the plates did not exist, like that card is not real. So then my dad showed them it is in fact real. I do in fact have license plates on my car, and sorry, excuse me, and they gave me new registration tags. So it all worked out. I did have to drive my brother's fancy car. It's not that fancy, but it feels like a sports car. Into work for my first 3 days, which was a little terrifying because he doesn't have a backup camera, and I drive into a city, so I had to parallel park my brother's car.
Slay, no backup camera.
Yeah. Which was a little terrifying, but we figured it out, and honestly, I think like the testosterone was just in the air of my brother's car, and it just made me more of like a whipper. That's not the right word. That's awful. That's not what I meant. It made me more confident to like get in people's way, to be assertive. What do we call it?
Assert dominance.
Assert dominance, yeah.
I'm
I
crying.
felt like I could assert dominance in his car, so props to my brother for letting me drive it.
Woo.
So that was my fun little story of the week. Just so you know.
Something we didn't talk about in the previous episode that's never to be seen is my windshield wipers in my car. I'm going to keep this story so brief. Basically, I needed to get new windshield wipers. I got my car inspected, and they forgot to put new windshield wipers on it. Whatever. I bought my own windshield wipers. I had to put them on the car. The guy at the place offered at the place where I bought the windshield wipers, and I was like, just give me some tips and tricks. I knew exactly how to do it. So I thought. So I put them, I had to take the old ones off and put the new ones on. The problem is, I had a lot of chefs in the kitchen, if you know what I mean. So I was too stubborn to go back to the auto shop. So it did take me 45 minutes to change windshield wipers, but now I know how to do it. So
you know.
Yeah, exactly. I had to change the 2 front and the 1 in the back.
Like, that is a slay. I have no idea how to do that.
I'll teach you when you come back.
We were talking about this earlier today. I don't even know how to put windshield wiper fluid in my car, so I'm screwed.
It's fine. It's fine. That's what you're just a girl. It's okay. And I was trying to expand my knowledge, and I'm glad I did it. So.
Sometimes you just need to do these things so that you know how, and
exactly
prove you can do it. So that was kind of great.
Yeah. Okay. This next segment is a game, and we're gonna play What Would I Do? So I have no idea what this is actually called, but we're gonna call it What Would I Do? So I ask a question, and Em's gonna answer it how I would answer it, and I'll say what I was gonna say. We are still screen recording. I was scared that was not gonna work.
It's good.
It worked. So the last time we did this AKA practice was whiteboarding. We just couldn't figure out how to let Emily also write on the whiteboard. So that'll be a next week's situation, or if we do this again.
Yeah. I have no access to write on the whiteboard, so.
Yeah, so basically I write down something, and then Em closes her eyes, and then we see if they match. So last time we did it, we did ask each other these questions, but we're doing reverse. So we have no idea what the other person's answer is, just the same question so that we could still film this podcast. Okay, keeping my eye on the recording because this is where everything went bad.
Okay, so we're starting with my questions.
Yeah, so you ask and I'll write.
Okay. So the very first question is, what is my comfort movie of choice? If I just wanted to sit down and watch a movie and didn't want to think, just wanted to like be comforted. You guys all know what a comfort movie is. I don't know why I'm explaining it. What would it be? So I'm going to close my eyes and she's going to write the answer.
So I'm explaining my answer as I'm writing it because it is a cop-out answer. I will say that very much. Emily has a lot of comfort movies. So I'm picking one that I think I know. Oh, Jesus, hold on. I gotta get the eraser out, and this is getting bad.
This is also hard because Tasha and I have we have different tastes when it comes to movies. We have different types of movies that we each like to watch. Like, we like some of the same ones, but like we also have very different comfort movies, I would say.
I just finished writing it.
Okay. That is a good answer.
It's only, I say it's a cop-out because that's what I put for mine last time, but there's a good story behind it, so I wanted to tell it. But what was yours?
I put Ocean's 11.
Oh, I freaking knew that one.
Love, Rosie. Pretty Woman, or Twilight.
Twilight was on there? Oh, man.
That is a comfort movie at this point. Just when I watch it with you, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's a comfort movie I'll watch with you and Lizzie. Like, I wouldn't watch Twilight on my own.
See, I was a Twilight, like, little gal. I, like, loved Twilight. I, like, can recite every single word, except for the first movie. But when Em was visiting, we rewatched all the movies from the beginning, and cringe. That first one is bad.
Can we talk for a second how many movies we watched? How much we just watched in general while I was there?
We watched TV. Yes, we did.
Okay, let's see. We watched 8 episodes of The Artful Dodger.
Such a good show.
Highly recommend. We watched 5 episodes of The Good Doctor. We watched all 4. Is it 4 or 5?
5.
All 5 Twilight movies. And we watched Safe Haven. You can tell the story.
Okay, so Safe Haven is a movie that it's my like comfort movie, and I showed it to Emily. I don't even remember, sophomore year maybe.
Yeah, sophomore year.
And we liked the soundtrack of it. So Emily and I were pretty like indoorsy our sophomore year. So we played a lot of cards together, and we listened to that playlist. And there's a song on it. I actually don't know the name of it. It's Here's to You and Me is what I would call it. But it's so good. I'm trying to pull it up on the side right now.
The Heart's Content.
Heart's Content. So good. From the Safe Haven soundtrack specifically. And it's a good movie for the two of us. It's a bonding movie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love that song. And that movie is very much a comfort movie, especially when me and Tasha are hanging out.
And we watch it.
Next one is, what letter would I be in the alphabet if I was any letter? So when we first recorded this, our practice round, and the questions were flipped, I said, like, Tasha did hers as T. And I said, well, it won't be T, because that's too masculine a letter. And I got it wrong. But
okay. Go ahead. So, here's my explanation. Okay. You're a lowercase m. You're soft M. I call you M, and it was unintentional until this very second, and I realized that that's probably why I picked it. But M looks like a letter that would hug another letter, and you like hugs a lot, so that's why I picked M.
That is so funny. Funnily enough, I said E for mine.
Oh, that's hilarious. I would hug M, though.
It would hug M. They go, they would totally hug.
They would totally hug.
So I'm literally M.
Yeah. That's literally you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the pointy thing situation is because you're not pointy. It's gotta be soft.
So I'd be a soft E and a soft M.
Yes.
Perfect. We decided we have to do a whole thing about what, like, the characteristics of letters and numbers and days of the week, because we all think this way.
Yes, we do. We just do. So it's going to happen eventually. It'll be a segment on the podcast. Okay.
Next one. My favorite food of all time.
So this one, Em and I were like struggling on a little bit because Em's got a pretty diverse palate. So I put a funny answer.
I'm not looking. I just have a scratch.
Okay.
That is a funny answer. I do not have an answer for this one because I truly don't know what my favorite food is. I like a lot of food. I will say tofu is dangerous for me because the soy. It may be a placebo, but I'm convinced that the soy in tofu and like soy sauce and edamame makes me emotional. So whenever I eat tofu, I'm super emotional the next day. I'm also just an emotional person, but you don't have to know that.
Yeah, so when I thought of that, I was like, tofu, and then I was like, but tofu makes her sad, and then I was like, well, that's kind of funny.
But honestly, I really don't know.
Yeah.
Right now, I can tell you what I'm really craving right now.
What is it?
That, I like your sad face.
I can't get rid of it.
Approved. Right now, I want the dumplings from Walmart that I can get.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good. I don't know what brand they are. They're like Thai dumplings. And you just pan fry them, and they're delicious. They're like vegetable dumplings. They're so good. I discovered them in North Carolina when I shopped at and I think you can also get them at like CVS, which is a little weird, but anyway.
Yeah, I was also going to say fennel because you really like fennel salad.
I do really like fennel.
Yeah, she made, like, last semester specifically, I remember you would buy fennel, like, every time we went grocery shopping, you'd make a fennel salad.
I would. It's really delicious.
Okay.
We're
on my questions now. So, as we said earlier, we can't switch it. So, Em can't write and I can't close my eyes. So, we're just going to be doing the same situation. Okay. Here's a question. What would I bring to a desert island?
I'm really excited about this. Do I say my answer now?
Yeah, go for it.
I would say that you would bring your iPad to play farm. Like, you could play farm. You couldn't do anything on it. Just farm.
Okay, you can look at what I said.
True.
So, Em is completely 100% right. I didn't even think about bringing anything other than food. So the story behind Farm is that it's really called Heyday. And if you've never played this game, Emily and Jill got me hooked again. Because I used to play it when I was a kid. Because they would play it during our food science class. And I was like, I gotta get back on it. And I got on the train right after we came home from Ireland. And I've got Emily hooked and our old roommate Kara hooked on it. It's fantastic.
This is Heyday.
You can, this is not an ad, clearly. We have no idea what we're doing.
Oh my god, Heyday sponsor us. I would cry.
I would literally sob. But the story behind Trader Joe's Mandarin oranges is that I got a new obsession from our old roommate Kara because they're so good. If you've never had a dried Mandarin orange, you gotta have one.
They're so good.
They're so good. Only from Trader Joe's, though, are they good.
Yeah, we fully ate 2 packs of those.
Yep. I eat at least a pack a week. So sad, Em, didn't tell you this. Last time I went to Trader Joe's last week, didn't have any.
That's so sad.
You could see where they would have gone. And empty.
That's so disappointing.
It was so sad. That's like the whole reason to go to Trader Joe's for me, you know. Okay. We're still recording. Things look good. Okay. We have to explain your worst texture nightmare after this because it's funny. Okay, what's my worst texture nightmare?
This one is really easy because Natasha absolutely hates it. It is microfiber. She will physically recoil if she touches it or it touches her. Can I open my eyes?
Yes, you can.
Or no?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yeah. I need that one.
Yeah, microfiber, and then I was really specific. I said microfiber, if you had to use it to take the dryer lint out of the dryer, I would die.
Mm-hmm.
I hate dryer lint, and I hate microfiber. I think they'd feel the same to me, which is why I hate them. They, like, stick to your... No.
Yeah. Dryer lint is also... I can understand that. It's icky.
It's icky. It's really gross, honestly.
My texture nightmare is very specific, and Tasha gets it absolutely right. It's me having wet hair after a shower and wearing a turtleneck. Absolutely not. Like, I would, like, it literally sends me into a panic attack. I could not do it. Something about the feeling of wet hair on me, and especially if I'm wearing, like, tight clothes, it literally, like...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So uncomfy.
Ugh, so uncomfy. Okay, last one. We've got this.
Okay.
Comfort clothing item.
Just farted.
What'd you say?
Zoe just farted, the dog.
There's nothing worse than the dog fart. They smell so bad.
Oh my God.
Okay.
She's like sleeping too. She doesn't know she's doing it. Okay, comfort clothing item. I'm gonna say the sweatshirt you're wearing right now. Or you're like, if you're wearing the American Eagle sweatshirt right now. I think you are. Yeah, I feel like that's what you usually wear. That was your Dublin uniform. You wore jeans with your American Eagle sweatshirt. Or, ooh, you know what it might be? It might be your Adidas. Can I see?
Yeah, you can see. You're right, and I'm wrong. So I'm wearing some JWoo swag. I'll stand up.
That one. That's the one.
It's my pink JWoo one. And then you're talking about the American Eagle one. It is dirty because I wore it. But I've had a new obsession last semester with Target tank tops.
This is true. That is another one of your comfort clothing items.
They're like tank tops that you don't have to wear a bra with. And if you're well endowed, I would say, it's like gold mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you about a Target tank top the other day?
No.
That specific one, but I got a different kind. That was, like, on sale. It's really nice. I'm really excited for it.
Alright, so I think that's it for the game. This version of the podcast is 20 minutes shorter than the other one, but it's because we've done it once already, so we've been getting at it.
Yeah. Now we know how to talk, what to talk about, how to work microphones. Can I
Hopefully. Close? Yeah. I am scared to close the whiteboard, so if you can close it, I think we'll still be recording. Yeah, we're still recording.
You see my eyebrow just, like, have a mind of its own? Can you raise one eyebrow?
Yeah. Can you not?
I can only do this one.
I can only make the Riz face. Wait, is it your left eyebrow that you're raising?
It's like, if you're looking at me, it's my left. I can't.
Yeah.
I remember learning how to do that. I have a very specific memory of being at a family friend's house, and one of them saying that she just did this, and it like taught her to raise her one eyebrow, and then I did that, and then I could.
See, when I laugh, I raise one eyebrow.
That is true. You do that.
Yeah. Also, for the podcast watchers, because we don't have a podcast on Spotify, if I were to lay flat on a surface, like, well, I guess sideways on a surface, I have this humongous vein in my forehead. So when I get really laughing, you're going to see it. So look for it in the future podcast.
Up the vein.
Up the vein. Yeah, so basically, this is it for the podcast today. I had fun, even though we had to record it like 3 times, but
we had to chat and catch up, and it was a good time, and I really hope we stick to this weekly like we want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know if you guys liked it. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, if you so please.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if I'm editing this video and the sound quality is awful, Em has a microphone, so I might get a microphone.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Okay, hopefully this recorded. So we'll do that little outro dance.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.